Tullamore Dew XO was launched about 3 or 4 years ago, 4 years ago, I think, actually, in the US and now in other markets around the world. XO standing for extra old because the rum casks, the rum that was in the casks in which this whiskey was finished was an extra old rum, okay, from the Caribbean. And this whiskey from Guyana, in fact, in the Caribbean, this whiskey is Tullamore Dew Original Blend. So it's the whiskey that you would have tasted a moment ago. The difference being the blend having been created rather than bottled then, we then put the blend into casks that previously held XO rum. Okay? And the result from this is some very nice rummy notes that change the whiskey sufficiently to be different, but not sufficiently to be unrecognizable Tullamore. If you've kept some of the original there, you'll notice the difference here. What this whiskey is for me is it's very much an Irish whiskey. It's very much a Tullamore, but also it brings to it some of the more Caribbean, if you like, or rummy notes. Again, not sugar sweet, but on the fruit sweet side, and becomes a kind of a banana, caramel, toffee, etc., etc. Now, I've heard it described as a banoffee whiskey. When I've tried to explain that to my American cousins, they never heard of a banoffee. So if you're calling it from the US, banoffee is a dessert that we have this side of the world, comprising biscuit, toffee, and banana. And it's actually very tasty. So it's been described as a banoffee whiskey. So on the nose, it's just slightly different from the original. I'm actually going to add a little water to this that's what we do sometimes in tastings. It's not a mortal sin. We do it particularly at the distillery when we're tasting component whiskies. We'll often bring the whiskies down to 30 or even 20%, so that to be sure that the very components we're looking at in the original component whiskies are what we should have set as a standard flavor. So, having added water, yeah, I mean, it's different from the original. It's picked up those rum sweetness notes from the rum cask, and that orange peel has been replaced by more like a banana note or some toffee in there that we probably wouldn't have got from the original. So bananas and toffee, for me, that's what's getting it there. I'm not sure if there's any questions. I can't see any questions, so